Rukshani, are you doing the presentation? Hello? Who is doing the presentation? You can start.
Madam, hello,
Okay.
madam. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good
Good
evening,
afternoon.
madam.
Good
I'm
evening.
ready to do the presentation.
Okay, you can share. Sorry.
Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes. Until I write your name.
Okay.
Farha.
Farah.
Farha. FNR 210921. Okay, right. You can start.
Okay, ma'am. My topic is effective methods to improve English writing skills for grade 7 students. Background of the study. Any educational institute, especially schools, are obliged to this necessary and enhance the literacy skills.
Did you show the topic of the title? Did you show the title? Wait. Effective methods to. You don't need to write effective methods. Improving English writing skills of grade 7 students. Improving English
Improve.
writing skills of grade 7 students.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
You
Ma'am.
want to do essay writing? What kind of writing you need to improve?
Ma'am, essay writing, and I have taken activities, poem writing and dictation also.
Uh-huh.
All the writing skills. That means, ma'am, shall I continue?
Okay, continue.
Any educational institute, especially schools, are obliged to this necessity and enhance the literacy skill of the current and future population. Yet, due to many identified and unidentified reasons, it is an apparent that certain students struggle with specific writing skills, especially in English. Grade 7 is a key stage in students' academic journey where writing becomes more complex. Commonly, schools experience grade 7 students struggle with specific writing skills. Um, I have taken some points: struggle with grammar, being unable to build and write proper sentence, difficulty in writing dialogues properly, poor spelling, spacing, and punctuation in writing. There is a need to explore and implement effective teaching strategies to improve English writing skills in grade 7 students. Identification of the problem. Observe difficulty in organizing ideas. Low marks in term test. Observed consistent challenges faced by grade 7 student in writing. Vocabulary limitations. Poor spelling, spacing, and punctuations in writing. Difficulty in writing visual descriptions. That means picture descriptions. Signification of the study. English is an internationally recognized language with greater importance in any job market or culturally fitting to society. Therefore, this research focuses on identifying low performing students and increase their English writing skills, enabling them to build their competence against facing any futuristic challenges. The research will provide practical tested strategies for enhancing writing, benefiting teachers and students too. Research objective: to identify the difficulties students perceive in English writing skills, to develop strategies strategies for students to improve their academic progress in writing, to, ex- to assess and evaluate the progress in students' English writing skills, providing recommendation for teachers on how to effectively teach writing skill to grade 7 students. Close context. The research problem was identified through the following tools: observations, observing low markers for English language paper in the school, inability to build proper sentences, poor vocabulary skills in dictation,
That is
difficult.
low, not marker, low marks for English language paper.
Okay, ma'am. And
You don't need
difficulty.
to write. Observe, you can remove observing. Low marks for English language paper.
Okay, ma'am. Difficulty in organizing ideas clearly. Interviews from teachers. Teacher 1, students are not being able to write words, not attentive enough in the classroom. Students are not memorizing the words, dictation words. Academic context. Article task-based writing instruction. Author Ellis R. Key finding: task-based language teaching encourages meaningful writing activities, increasing motivation and skill level. Source: language teaching research. The second one is article is mind mapping as a writing strategy. Key finding: using mind maps or visual diagrams before writing improves idea organization. Source is English Language Teaching Journal, March 2009. Ma'am, invention plan. Research method is action research method. Sample size, I will take 5 students from grade 7. Sampling technique, non-random sampling, purposive sampling. Data collection method, observation, interview, students' feedback, students' writing samples. I have 3 activities, ma'am. The first activity is identify the writing level of the student. To identify that, I will ask them to write a short paragraph about a day in the life of an object.
So you can take this as the pre-test. So now from this you find the marks
Yes,
that
ma'am.
you can give. It's a
Okay, ma'am.
right.
Yes. I will ask student to select an everyday object, and I will ask them to think about where the object is used, who interact with it, and what are the experience it might have. Then I will tell them I will tell the student the basic vocabulary rules about how to write a paragraph. So second activity, investigating and developing effective strategies for enhancing the English writing skills of grade 7 students. So there is a poem in their textbook about about a animal tiger. So I will explain that poem, and I will ask them to write a simple poem uh, about an animal using that format. So third activity is dictation. I will write some words on the board, and I will teach them, and I will ask them to listen to those words properly, and I will erase them. Then I will dictate the word one by one. Student will write them, and I will check the dictation words accuracy. And ma'am, time frame, identification of the problem, January 1st, 2 weeks. Literature review, third week of January. Writing the research and objectives and research questions, last week of January. And preparing the research proposal is first 2 weeks of February. Presenting the proposal and getting approval, I mentioned it at February last 2 weeks, but it has become March, first weeks of March. Implementation of research, first week of March. Writing the research report, second and third week of March. And review and submission, last week of March. Ethical consideration, ensuring to obtain permission to go ahead with the research from the relevant school authorities, being transparent with students about the role as a researcher and how their involvement with help further the research, ensuring to obtain the consent from the individuals who are particularly being interviewed.
Another thing is that you should not reveal their identity. So you can name them. You can use pseudonyms like Rose, Dahlia, OS. You can name them
Okay,
as A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Okay.
not with their names, name.
No, no.
Okay. Research limitation, assuming the research methodology can be time consuming, lack of previous research studies, the number of students in the sample is small, so the finding may not be generalized sufficiently. These are the reference, ma'am.
Okay.
And thank you very much, ma'am.
So what is the sample? What's the sample size?
5 students from grade 7, ma'am.
Then how do you find time to do these writing activities? How did you find them?
I am doing private classes for them, miss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm teaching in a English school, so they were doing it well. So I find children from my private classes.
Mm-hmm.
They are from a rural area school children, so I took from them.
So
There
you
are
can,
5.
if you
Yes.
want, you can ask them to come and do the activities at any time. Ne?
Yes, ma'am. They are nearby my home.
Okay, right. Okay, right.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Next one. Ashad, how you doing? Ashad, how you doing?
Hello, madam.
Yes, Beta.
Can I do the next?
Okay, now you can do.
Madam, can
Okay.
you see my screen?
I can see. Yeah, I can see. Himaya. I don't know whether, can't you remove this photo that my photo appears? Can't you remove it? I don't know why does it appear. Okay. All right. Now right.
Okay.
HAS
Himaya Hettiarachchi.
Settiarachchi.
I'm ICT teacher of Ratnapura Sumanasaman Mahavidyalaya.
Where did you study?
I'm studied at Ferguson High School.
Oh my goodness, my school. I'm from Ratnapur.
Okay. This is the introduction of my accent research. In recent years, digital devices has become an essential tool for learning, especially in the contents of the COVID-19 pandemic, which accelerated the shift towards online education. For grade 8 students, digital platforms are devices like laptop, tablets, and smartphones are increasingly integrated to their academic experiences. However, some children experience fear like anxiety when tasked with using this academic experience. However, some children experience this academic experience using this device during their learning process. This fear could stem from various factors, including lack of digital literacy, fear of making mistakes, or an overwhelming sense of unfamiliarity with the technology. So this is my accent research problem. The main research problem is exploration of the root causes of grade 8 students' fear when using digital devices for learning. Some key questions including here, there are what specific fear do students have regarding digital devices? How does this fear affect their engagement with the digital learning resources? and there are differences in the fear level based on gender, previous experiences with technology, or socio-economic background.
So can you show me the title again?
Um,
Exploration of the root causes of children's fear when using digital devices for learning. So then, what do you expect by this? At the end, what are you going to do at the end of this?
at the end, they could be able to handle the device with confidence.
So then you have to do like that. Now here, your topic says only that you are finding the reasons. That can be one
Yeah.
of your objectives, right? So
Okay, madam.
is Farah still there, or did you leave the class? Farah, did Farah left the class? Ne? Okay, I can send
Yeah.
her because I couldn't check her objectives. Okay, right? So then it can be one of your objectives, right?
Madam.
That exploration of the root cause is only one object, but your expectation is to improve their handling of objects, right?
Digital, yeah,
Digital devices.
yeah.
So then you can say improving the usage of digital devices by grade 8 students.
Okay, madam. I'll correct it.
Oh.
These are the research objectives. First one is identify psychological factors contributing to fear.
Can
To
you do?
explain,
Can you find the psychological factors? Don't write psychological factors because we can't find psychological factors of the students. It can be done by a psychologist or a psychiatrist. So identify the root causes for the fear
okay,
using objects. To identify
to
the
identify,
root causes for
okay,
root causes for
is for,
fear of using digital devices by the students.
okay, madam.
Hmm.
To explain the
identify.
psychological,
Don't use these emotional and psychological things, Puta, because we are doing something related. අපි මේ emotional psychological ගැන කරන research එකක් නෙවෙයිනේ. ඒතකොට ඒවා අයින් කරන්න ඒවා එපා. Identify the specific මොකක්ද අපි ඒකට දාන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් ඔන්න අපි root causes හෙව්වා ඊට පස්සේ. දැන් මේ ඔක්කොම හොයලා වැඩක් නෑ. දැන් ඔයා මේක කරන්න ඕනේ ඊට පස්සේ to give a training for the students to handle the digital tools. To give a training to the students to handle the digital tools.
Okay, madam.
To examine their ability to use the digital tools in their learning teaching process.
Okay, madam. What about, madam, third one? Investigate the role of digital device complicity.
No, it's really, there's no any use of it. It's useless. You can just write for just a paragraph, but for the practical, now we are giving them practical knowledge to use digital tools, so this is of no use.
Okay. Okay, madam, I will correct. This study is significant for multiple reasons. First one is improve education enhancement by understanding.
Enhancement of what do you expect by that? Education enhancement means what do you mean by that?
For teachers to create strategies to reduce this fear, helping students use learning tools more effectively.
Use of learning tools effectively in their මොනවටද පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ learning tools එතකොට? අධ්‍යාපනයේද?
madam. Learning process.
Use of learning tools in their learning teaching process. Just using learning tools in their learning teaching process. Using digital devices, use of use digital devices in their learning teaching process. Okay, right then.
Promoting digital literacy, student well-being, curriculum development. That means the finding from this study can help adjust the curriculum to use digital tools in ways that reduce fear and help the student feel
That
more
means
confident.
for the teachers to develop their curriculum.
Yeah.
Uh,
Last
how do
one
you
is
use for student well-being? The digital tools, how do you use for well-being? ඒගොල්ලෝ යහපත වෙනින් පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ කොහොමද?
again madam මර confidently use කරන්න
එහෙනම් well-being කියන්න එපා. Use it as a teaching strategy. Use as a teaching teaching technique teaching technique to improve the teaching techniques. Okay. Then
policy and practice.
ඒක ඕනේ නැහැ කයින් කරන්න.
Limitation of study, sample size. The study limited by the number of students available for data collection. A small sample size may affect to generalizability of the finding to all grade 8 students. So I use 4 students of grade 8 out of 12. There is no parallel class in our school. That's why. Second one is geographical scope.
What do you mean by that?
The study may focus on specific school, district, or religion, which means the result may be not applicable to other geographical location with different socio-cultural or economic
Don't
context.
take those serious things. Don't take serious things. So this is something simple that you're going to do. So don't take that geographical scope. Then if you take geographical scope, that you have to select some more schools from some other areas. Then you can take one neighbor school,
I
one
took
C
this
school,
because
rural school like that. So don't sample size is a limitation. Time constraint is a limitation. Then resources may be limitation.
Self-reported data.
What do you mean by self-reported data?
Then when survey or interview are used, there is a possible that student may not fully express their true feelings of fear due to social disability or basis different their emotions.
Then limitation, the data, like information obtained. Limitation of the information obtained by the students. Limitation of the information of the students. Information of the students. Okay.
To confirm the identify the problem, I use these 3 tools confirm the identify the problem. First one is survey. Design a survey with the questions aim to understand student feeling towards using digital device. Include Likert scale items to gauge anxiety, fear, that level of comfort when using technology for learning. Second one is
Don't
interview.
use anxiety. They don't have anxiety when using digital tools. They may lack confidence, not fear even. They may lack confidence to use digital tools, not fear or anxiety.
Okay. Second one is interview. Conduct a one-to-one interview and focus group discussion with students to gather qualitative data on their experience. Third one is observation. Observe student behavior during the digital task. Note any signs of reluctance, hesitation, or avoidance when using devices.
Okay.
This is my academic contents. Here's the table summarizing recent 10 related research and supportive views on children's fear of accessing digital device during the learning process for grade 8 students. This table includes the article, author, key finding, and the resource for each research. Activities for action research. I use 3 activities for this. First
You
one is
can't do like
digital.
that here that you have to කලින්ක දැක්ක නේද ඒක මෙහෙම කොටු ගහලා තියෙනවා. දැන් ෆස්ට්
Oh,
එක ෆස්ට් ඔබ්ජෙක්ටිව් එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ෆස්ට් ඔබ්ජෙක්ටිව් එක
oh,
මෙහෙම නෙවෙයි. When we are writing intervention plan, so it
mm,
can be divided as first one objective. Then according to the objective, you have the main activity. Under main activity, you can have sub activities. Maybe that you teach the main activities, teaching
mm,
how to use the mouse. So under that, you have sub
uh-huh,
activities: how to hold the mouse, how to touch right click, how to do right click, how to do left click. So like that, you can have number of sub activities under one activity. Then there may be also many activities. There may be also many activities under one object.
one objective.
Then under one activity, there will be sub activities. So like then you go to the second objective. Then there are some of activities, and under some activities that there may be sub activities. Like that, you have to make a grid-like thing, table-like thing.
Okay, madam.
Mm.
Madam, can I continue this slide?
Yeah, you can continue.
Digital literacy workshop. Objective of this workshop helps students build digital skill and reduce fear associated with technology. I conduct a workshop focusing on essential digital skills such as used educational software, navigating learning platforms, and conducting basic research online. The workshop is hand-on and low pressure, which I select. I use laptop, tablets, interaction video, handouts as materials. Second one, peer collaboration of digital projects. Objective of this activity builds student confidence through the collaboration and shared digital tasks. There's 4 students, so I paired student on work on digital project. I asked them to make a simple, create a simple presentation. I use my Microsoft PowerPoint as a material. Third one is mindfulness exercise before digital tasks. Objective of this activity help students calm their anxiety before engaging the digital task. I use calm music, mindful scripts, timer as a material. Madam, is it correct?
You have used mindfulness because you have used the word psychology. So rather than what I feel is if you have digital literacy workshop, it's okay. So you can invite somebody or you can do a workshop how to use the mouse and how to click correctly and how to use Word, PowerPoint and all. Then you can give small project for groups so they can do this. You assign some work and see whether they can do it in groups like that. So I think that last one is not necessary, that mindfulness exercise, because it is now we are not considering about that psychological part. You can do some other activities to improve their digital literacy. You give some activities to create something. You give some task and you have to create something. That is a project like that. So like that you can do some activities, give some activities that improve their digital literacy.
Okay, madam. Here is the ethical consideration. Inform contents.
No, you cannot inform consent. Get in the consent from the principal.
Okay. Second one is confidentiality.
Confidentiality of information of the students.
Yeah. Third one, voluntary participation. Participation in research should be voluntary, and students should feel comfortable opting out without any negative consequences. Fourth one is no harm. Ensure that
No harm to the participants.
Fifth one is respect for diversity. Sixth one is reflection on ethical issues. This is my time frame. In second and third week of January, I identify the problem and literature review and finding research objectives. In that time, fourth week of January and first and 2 weeks of February.
First and second week of February.
First and second week of February, I prepared in the research proposal. Third week of February, presenting the proposal as getting approval. Sixth one, implementation of research in fourth week of February and first 3 weeks of March, and writing the research report, review and submission. I plan to do it in March 4th week. But writing the research report is going on. Here is the references. That's all. Thank you, madam.
Okay. Right. You have four students, right?
Yeah, madam. Out of
Yeah.
12.
How do you find time to do the research then?
In the teaching learning periods, madam. In
What's that?
process. Period එක උගන්නද්දි මම මම ගත්තේ.
පුළුවන් නේද 4 දිනකට විශේෂයෙන් මොන හරි කරන්න?
පුළුවන් madam 12යිනේ ඉන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒ 12ත් සමහර අය එන්නෙම නැහැ. එහෙම it's very rural.
ඒක ඔක්කොටම කරන්න. So you can do it for all though you select these four, but pay much attention to these four.
Okay, madam.
Right. Okay. Right. Next one. Sumit Chaturangak. So you can do next.
Yeah. Can you visible, madam?
No, not yet.
Okay, I'll do next, madam.
Okay. Who will do next?
Can I do, madam?
Okay. Okay. Wait until I write your name. BHN Vijayawardana. FNR 210407. Okay, so show me your topic.
Okay, madam, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just show me the topic.
Okay. This is my action research topic, madam. First
Wait,
of
wait,
all,
wait.
good evening.
Wait. You can write developing the ability of මොකක්ද? To write descriptive answers in science. What do you mean by descriptive answers?
In science, madam, we have to write down the definitions
Mhm.
according to some kind of processes. So
Mhm.
that's why I mean by that.
So then what do you expect to do from the research?
How can I develop them their ability to write a descriptive answer in accurate manner? Because most of the students couldn't do that in proper way.
Or else you can write developing the ability of writing accurate descriptive answers. Developing the ability of writing accurate descriptive answers for in science, for questions in science by grade 6 students, right? For
Okay, madam.
question study for questions in science by grade 6 students. Okay, right, okay.
Okay, madam. Okay, this is the content, madam. First, identification of the research problem. The second one, description of the content. Um, it is divided into two parts, finding the basic data related to the problem and investigating basic information of the problem. And the third one is literature review. And the fourth one, intervention plan. And the fifth one is research ethics. And the sixth one is limitation of the research. And the seventh one, proposed time frame. And the eighth one is bibliography. First, identification of research problem. When I'm doing science, I found that few students from grade 6 have difficulties in writing a descriptive answer. They have some difficulties in understanding questions, using new terms, and lack of knowledge in English language. And not only that, by this study, I'm going to investigate about how can I develop the ability of grade 6 students to write a descriptive answer. The next one, finding basic data related to the problem. First one is observation. So I observed how they write the answers for given questions, how they handle the language to bring out their ideas, and above their ability of writing, and how they use tense patterns to write down a descriptive answer. The next one is discussion. I conducted discussion with a student. Through this discussion, I could find out that they are having difficulties due to the language problems and the lack of knowledge in technical terms. When we are learning science, we have to use some certain technical terms when we define some kind of processes. And they couldn't understand the questions and lack of vocabulary. Then I gave a test paper. The third one is giving a test paper. When I'm teaching, I use different methods such as questions, discussion, and guided discovery. After my first lesson, I gave a test paper to better know about their knowledge level. I gave you questions such as describe the meaning of the photosynthesis, define growth, describe the meaning of autotrophic and heterotrophic. According to my observation, I found that they have problems in writing a descriptive answer. And the next one is by checking the exercise books. Then I could identify their writing difficulties by checking their books. Then investigating basic information of the problem. So I first go for the reasons for the relevant problem. Find out the reason as to why they have difficulties in writing descriptive answers, such as unable to handle the language to bring out their ideas, lack of knowledge in tense patterns, lack of knowledge in technical terms, and they couldn't understand the questions and lack of vocabulary. The current teaching methods that I am using that is not sufficient for this, should use different teaching methods such as gamification, exploration method, and group presentation. The objectives of my research to find out the reason as to why they have difficulties in writing descriptive answer.
Answers.
pro-
Answers,
Yeah,
Puta.
yes.
Answers.
Okay, madam, I will correct that one. The next one is to propose some strategies to overcome their problems of writing descriptive answers.
Hmm.
The next one, to implement the program in order to equip them the basic skills of writing descriptive answers.
Okay.
The next one is to enhance my professional development and students to develop the ability of writing.
Okay.
And the next one, to guide them to write a descriptive answer accurately.
Okay, good. Objectives are good.
Okay, thank you, madam. Then the literature review. In this section, we'll include research studies on the importance of writing a descriptive answer accurately in science for academic success, and how to implement the program in order to equip them the basic skills of writing descriptive answers, and some strategies to overcome their problems of descriptive answers, and how to guide them to write a descriptive answer accurately by using different methods. Then the intervention will involve how to develop the ability of students to write a descriptive answer. In here, first I gave a pre-assessment by giving a test paper to get an idea about their writing skills. Then the implementation process. As a first step of the first intervention, I conduct a game by using the cards which are needed to the game. In those cards, there are verbs and words related to a scientific process. It's a simple process that any students can understand, photosynthesis process. Then, in my second step of the first intervention, I use a game called Descriptive Train. It is reinforced by the game Word Train. In here, I want them to continue the story by saying a simple present tense sentence, each of them as a train. In the third step of the first intervention, I use a game Pick and Say. Then they have to deliver a speech on that topic by using simple present tense. And as my second innovation, I use making reports on outside exploration, and by using some articles related to the science, and use some picture diagrams to make reports by using simple present tense. In my third intervention, I use videos of scientific processes to write a description on that. Then I play the videos on effects of heat and natural disasters and the sound. Then they have to see the videos and they have to write a description on those videos. After that, I'm going to give a post assessment, given a test paper to measure their level after these interventions. And the last, I'm going to get the student feedback, collecting the student feedbacks on their experience in this during this period. This is my intervention plan. In my first intervention, use language games to develop their language structure in simple text. In here, I am going to conduct the game as I previously said. Them to understand simple present tense can be used in a description. So I am going to divide the students into groups and provide demi and cards with simple present verbs and words and give a topic. Ask them and guide them to build up a description on photosynthesis process by using the cards. The data collection methods, observation, and I am going to take a video and the photos. The step 2, I'm going to do the descriptive train. In here, teacher gives a topic and asks to build a description on by telling simple present tense by each of them as a train. And the third step is, in here, conduct a game to develop their skills in descriptive answer by using a given topic and conducting speech in simple present tense. So in here, I'm going to ask the students to come forward and ask to take a piece of paper from the magic box and ask to deliver the speech on suddenly given topic in simple present. In my second intervention, guide to write reports on environmental exploration. In here, I'm going to ask to make a report on environment exploration, ask to go outside and find out something and make a report on it by using simple present. Here, I am going to take the observations and I am going to collect their reports. Then the second step, make a report by reading articles in simple present tense. In here, I'm going to provide some articles for students. Then I am going to ask them to make a report on that. Then the third step, make a report by using picture diagrams on environment exploration. I'm going to display some pictures, picture diagrams, and I'm going to ask them to make a report by using those picture diagrams. In my third intervention, I'm going to use some videos of scientific processes, effects of heat and the natural disasters and sound. Then I ask them to write down a description on those things. This is my research ethics, protecting the confidentiality of students recruited for research and the obtaining the permission from the school administration and parents. And the next one is maintaining a non-biased approach in evaluating students' performance and obtaining permission to use research-related documents. And the limitation of the research, this is limited for grade 6, 1 class and sample size is 2. Limited representation can be affected by this because the group is it's quite small and the time constraint can affect for the results. The limitation in accessing data can affect for the progress of the research. Those are the limitation of the research. And this is my time frame, proposed time frame. In the maintaining the reflective journal, I'm going to maintain my reflective journal whole year. So this is the pre-assessment to get an idea about the student level. I'm going to use first and second week of the February. And the third one, identify the problem for action research by collecting data from the students and teachers. In here, I'm going to use third and fourth weeks of the February. And the third one, select the problem and get the permission for the proposal, first and second weeks of the March. And the taking observation by conducting activities related to the first intervention, third and fourth weeks of the March. Then taking observation by conducting activities related to the second intervention, it's first and second weeks of the April. Next one, taking observation by conducting activities related to the third intervention. I'm going to do that on the third and the fourth weeks of the April. And the seventh one, conducting a test to evaluate the final achievement level and collect student feedback. I'm going to use the first and the second weeks of the May and the making an action research report. So I'm going to do that in the third and the fourth weeks of the May. And the bibliography in here around 2015, we can go to this site and we can collect the informations. And around 2018, here is the teacher vision. So we can, and the problem solving method. So we can go to this link and we can go through these content. And the next one, third one, it's also about the action research. So we can collect some information regarding our action research by this site. And the Dr. Athu Korolla, education psychology, we can use these things to develop our action research. Okay, madam, thank you. Madam.
How many, what's the size of your sample? How many students are there?
2 students, madam.
Ayyo, can't you increase the number? That is not enough.
Yeah, madam, in this class, there are the weakest person too.
So at least you can take for in vain that you are doing all these activities for 2 students. Imagine that they stop coming to school. What will happen to your research?
Yeah.
Take some
will
more
try,
students. At least you can do for 10 students, then they will improve.
Okay, madam.
Then how do you find time to do the research then?
I'm doing my research activities in my relief period, madam.
Okay. Right. Okay, Pita.
Okay, madam. Is there any problems?
No. You can do the changes that I instructed.
Okay, thank you very much, madam.
Husna.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am.
Okay.
Shall I start?
Wait. I won't write your name.
Okay.
Fatima Husna. FNR. Hurry. Okay, you can start.
Hello, everyone. I'm Husna Wais.
Wait,
I'm an
you
English
can
student.
have a slideshow mode.
Okay.
Okay, right. And see.
Okay. I am Husna Wais. I'm an English teacher at Jamia Central College. My research is about analysis of second language acquisition among primary children based on grade 1 students. Background of the story, background of the research is language plays a crucial role in communication and learning. Different individuals experience language learning differently. This study focuses on grade 1 students at Jamila Central College, located in the village of Udatalavina in Kandy district of Central Province. This vibrant Muslim village has a strong emphasis on education, with many residents working as doctors, engineers, teachers, and so on. In fact, nearly every household has at least one government school teacher, reflecting the community's deep commitment to learning. So, the importance of language, essential for communication and learning. People have varied experiences in language learning. Second language acquisition is influenced by multiple factors such as age, motivation, parental support, and teaching method, as well as peer interaction. Objective of this study to assess the influence of the home language of primary school children on their performance in English language. To evaluate the impact of the English language of instruction in the school on primary children's performance in learning a second language.
Go to the to evaluate the impact of language instructions, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Impact of second language instructions in school on the language instruction is your Tamil medium.
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing it.
To evaluate the impact of the mother tongue.
Mother tongue. Okay.
Of mother tongue instruction, impact of the instruction of mother tongue in school on primary children's performance in learning a second language. So at least you need 3 objectives. 2 are not enough.
Okay, madam. Shall I add? Oh,
yeah, you have to add one more, right? Okay.
Okay. Theoretical framework, key theories of second language learning, acculation theory, behaviorism, comprehension hypothesis, universal grammar hypothesis, interaction hypothesis, and out hypothesis,
Hypothesis.
hypothesis,
Right?
connectionism, and socio-cultural theory.
You don't need to take all these things. So you don't need theories at all. Now in some action research, you can take that empirical research done by other researchers. Right?
Okay.
You can write, type some similar words related to your topic. Go
Uh-huh.
to Scholar, Google, Scholar, Google Scholar, okay, type current.
Uh-huh.
You can
Okay.
find some research related to yours. Then you can read and take only the important things told by them.
Okay. Research focus. How does home language, wait, ma'am. How
Right.
does home language influence children's English performance in grade 1? How does the parents' and teachers' perception of the mother tongue as a medium of instruction influence children's performance in the English language in Jammu Azhar Central College? A significance of the study provides insights to primary English teachers and parents on the role of the mother tongue in learning. Helps educational policymakers to understand the importance of mother tongue instruction. Contributes to improving second language acquisition in young learners. Limitation of the study, parental involvement, active engagement with parents is essential to gather accurate data. Geographical scope, the study is conducted in Vratalavina, which may limit diversity in perspectives. Limitation of the study, resistance towards mother tongue based instruction may introduce bias. Methodology and research process, develop research instruments through interviews and questionnaires, obtain permission from school, data collection, interviews with parents about home language usage, questionnaires for teachers on instructional methods, interactive classroom activities to observe engagement. Research interventions. First intervention, language immersion workshop for grade 1 and 2 students. Activities, storytelling, role-playing, game to encourage second language use. Second intervention, teacher training session on effective strategies for second language learning. Techniques, scaffolding, visual aids, integration of the mother tongue. Reflective journal, potential pathways for success. Documentation of observation, challenges, and insights from the interventions. Data analysis and ethical consideration. Data analysis tools, quantitative data using statistical analysis, qualitative data, thematical analysis of interview and observations. Ethical consideration, informed consent from parents, teachers, and students. Anonymity and confidentiality maintained. Voluntary participation with the right to withdraw. Timeline. I prepared my project proposal during January and the introduction in February, the literature review in March, research methodology in March, data analysis, and the conclusion and recommendation will be in April. These are the references when I went through. Anula K at 2022, Development Dynamics.
Okay, no need of reading to that. Not
Okay,
that.
okay.
Time. Okay, what's your sample size?
Around 10 students, ma'am.
Okay, right. So what is your intention of doing the research?
Introducing the second language using the first language, ma'am. I mean, teaching students English language in some extent using the first language, using mother tongue, explaining something. May it come to.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Madam, I have a signal problem. May I present it?
Okay.
Proposal of
Wait, I would
Hello?
write your MMS Madhura Singh.
Singha.
Then you're now NR. Okay, right.
Madam, 3 students not paying attention to science lesson.
Hmm.
Content, identification of research problem, description of the content, literature review, intervention plan, research ethic, limitation of the research, proposed time frame, identification of the research problem. I teach science to 6 to 11 students in our school. From the reflection journal I wrote during the learning and teaching process in the school, I was able to find out that 3 students of grade 7 do not pay attention to the lesson every day. The reasons for this are various factors such as family diamonds, social influence, mental changes of the lack of motivation. Description of the content in the context of the education, students' engagement is curricular for effective learning. However, some students often stood with the during lesson. Poor academic refund. This action research focus on a specific issue in a science classroom where 3 students fail to pay attention during the lesson. The goal of the research is to identify the underlying cause of this implement stage to improve their attention and participation. Objectives: build good relationship with problem students and solve their problem. To make student focus on the lesson truth, creative activities. To make student interested in the lesson truth, different learning method. As a teacher, helping to correct the shortcomings of students by perceiving the children's values. How to achieve this? Student seeks to answer of the following question: what are the main challenges the grade 7 students face in learning science? What teaching stages can be implemented to improve students' understanding the performance? How effective are the stages implemented in developing students' interest in science? Literature review, intervention plan, research method, action research method, sample size, 3 grade 7 students, sample technical, data collection method, observation, interviews, study of the literature and document. Madam, I was unable to put the intervention plan as step. Data collection method, pre-test and post-test. A science assessment will be
Pre-test and
given.
post-test, it's not data collection techniques. Pre-test that you give the from pre-test that you find the shortcomings of the students. Then after that, you do some intervention. At the end, you do the post-test and you compare the results of pre-test and post-test, right?
Okay. Interviews and surveys. Students and teachers will be provided feedback on learning challenges and effectiveness of stages. Classroom observation, student engagement and the participant during the science lesson. Intervention strategies. different dif, differentiated
differentiate මොකද්ද differentiated different මොකද්ද
different
මොනවද ලියලා තියෙන්නේ I also can't see because it's too small.
grouping student basis on learning style, providing extra to grammatification and active participation,
Participation.
inter,
Active participation.
interactive learning approaches, data analysis. Data will be analyzed
Qualitatively and quantitatively.
The data will be analyzed qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative thematic analysis of the interviews, surveys, and observations notes will help identify patterns in students' attitudes and behavior. Quantitative behavior logs and attendance to engagement will be tracked and analyzed for improvement over time. Ethics in research, protecting the confidence, protecting the confidently of children
Confidentiality.
Required for research, obtaining permission from required individuals in obtaining research information, obtaining permission to use research related document, so protecting the identity and social security of the participant, conducting the intervention in a way that does not make the students uncomfortable, maintaining transparency in research. Limitation of the research. The research is limited to the school classroom and outdoor playground. The research is limited to school and school hour. Only 3 students from the school are
hours.
selected
School
for the
hours,
research.
Okay.
The research.
How many students are there?
The
How many students are there for the research?
3 students.
You have to increase the number, Puta, because in any case, if they get absent, you will lose data. So at least 5 or more than 5.
Proposed time frame. Identifying the problem February, literature review February, find and research objectives February, preparing research proposed February, review and submission April.
Okay.
Madam?
Okay. Right. So then can we go to the objectives again? Objectives.
Madam?
Okay. To build a good relationship with problematic students. To build a good relationship with problematic students and to solve their problem and help to solve their problem. To make students focus on the
Okay.
lessons through creative activities. To make students interested in the lesson through different learning methods and techniques. as a teacher ඕනේ අයින් කරන්න consistency නැති වෙනවනේ to build to කියන එක build එක to
Okay.
to help the students to correct the shortcomings of their මොනවද writing the of their shortcomings එක අයින්
Oh,
කරන්න
madam.
only you can remove the last one, you can see only the first three, right? No need of the last one, right? Okay. When do you
Okay. Okay,
find
thank
time
you,
to do
madam.
these activities?
Madam,
How do
science
you
period වල
කළා ඒ ටික එන ඔක්කොටම කරන්න වෙන්නේ නැත්නම් අනිත්යට විතරක් කරන්න බෑනේ science period වල කරලා ඇතිද ඒ ටික? ආයි topic එකට යන title එක
madam අර college එකේදී
ආ three student මෙහා අපි ඔයාලට මේ වගේ එකක් ලියන්න පුළුවන්. Let's wait. Some 3 students not paying attention to science lesson. කමක් නැහැ. 3 students 3 students not paying attention. Come on, you can use it. Okay, doesn't matter. But take some
Thank
more,
you,
not
madam.
3, right? 3 take some more students. 3 and until that you won't be able to
Okay.
do the research if they stopped coming to school. Okay, right. Next one. What about Hashangi Vijayavardhan? Hashangi, are you there? Varuni, Fasiha.
Yes, madam.
Who are
Maybe.
okay, who is doing now?
Fasiha.
Okay. ELF, wait. Fasiha, your number FNR. This is the high, this year happens to me. Okay, Buta, your title should be changed. So what is your expectation by doing this research?
Identify the problems in writing English students.
So then only identifying the problems?
Yeah, yes, madam.
You are not doing any improvement in the students, or you find only the problems, no solution.
Solutions also I find some.
So then your intention is on then it's no use of finding only the problems though. So you do something to improve their writing. Ne?
Yes, madam.
So you can write improving writing skills of grade 6 students.
Okay, madam.
Because that if we do a research, especially an action research, it's no use of identifying problems because we should find solutions to their problems, right? Okay,
Okay, madam.
right.
Table of contents, madam. Introduction, background of the study, identification of the problem, significance of the study, research objectives, invention plan, time frame, research limitations, reference.
Sudha, give me 1 minute. We wait for 1 minute. I'm going to tuck in. Okay. Continue.
Okay, madam. Next, background of the study. Writing is a critical skill in English.
grade 6 students.
Not a critical skill. Writing is an essential skill.
Okay, madam. Grade 6 students' academic journey where writing become more complex. Students challenges students facing challenges struggle with grammar, difficulty in organizing ideas, difficulty in writing conversation properly, struggle with structuring their writing. Next, identification of the problems. Observed consistent challenges faced by grade 6 students in writing. Observed difficult in writing parts. Low marks in term exam. Using grammatically incorrect structures in their writings. Vocabulary limitations. Observed difficulty in writing picture descriptions. And next one, significance of the study. These students aim to provide a brief account of the most common writing errors made by the grade 6 students. The elementary level students of the grade 6 department need more tutoring on the common errors they make. Furthermore, in order to purpose remedial action, it is important for me to be aware of the source of these errors. The writing errors should be classified to develop strategies in relations to the elementary level students of grade 6. I should highlight the grammatical items that most affect their ability to write effectively and provide extra coaching and more practice time to the students. This research hopes to provide an awareness among the students. Writing skill is not demanding of grammar is used in an appropriate manner that is beneficial for the students. Research objectives. Obtain permissions.
Oh, here, don't write too many objectives. You're writing objectives means you should have activities for each and everything. When obtaining permission is not an objective. At least 3 to 4, not more than that.
Okay, madam.
First one is not necessary. Second one is not necessary. Third one is not necessary. Fifth one is not necessary. Okay, now you had write them to increase students' knowledge of the difference. All the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can remove them, right? To
Okay, ma'am.
increase students' knowledge of different, don't use different. To increase students' knowledge on articles, prepositions, nouns, verbs, and to increase students' knowledge on parts of speech. All these are called parts of speech.
Okay, ma'am.
To help learners, to help students to use the correct structure. To help the students to use the correct structure in answering the questions. To enhance students' confidence in writing. To enhance students' confidence in writing what? Writing what?
Writing grammatic parts.
Writing grammatically correct sentences.
Yes, ma'am.
Then that's enough. Those 3 would be enough. All the others you remove.
Okay, madam.
Okay.
Next one. Time frame. I identify the problems in first week, then writing research objectives and questions second week, and third week prepare the research proposal, third, fourth week, and presenting the proposal and getting approval fourth, fifth week, and implementation of the research fifth and
6 weeks. Writing the research report, review and submission 6, 7, 8 weeks.
Okay.
Research limitations. Limitation time frame to observe long term effect. Possible resistance for shy and students. Difference in students' motivation and participation. Thank
Okay.
you.
Then what is the sample size?
Sample size, there are 5 students in grade 6 students.
There are 5 students. Okay.
I am not teaching, ma'am. So I get students in my private class.
Okay. Okay, right. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, so since you are taking your students in the private class, then no, you don't need to worry about the time. You can call them at any time to do the activities.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. Do the
Thank you.
questions as I mentioned, right?
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay,
I'll
next
do
one.
next, madam.
Okay, who is that one? Nadika. Okay.
Sure. Is it okay, madam?
Okay.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. My research topic is enhancing speaking confidence of grade 6 students through role-playing activities.
Enhancing.
Speaking
No, not
confidence of
confidence. Don't write. Enhancing. Speaking skills. Enhancing
okay,
speaking
madam.
skills of grade 6 students.
Okay,
I
madam.
what's up in our students guide us enhancing speaking confidence of grade 6 students through role playing activities. Through role play. I activities on enhancing
Okay.
speaking skills of grade 6 students through role play.
Okay, madam. This is the introduction. Speaking English is a common challenge for many students, especially those learning it as a second or foreign language. A lack of confidence often hinders their ability to communicate effectively. This action research aims to explore how role-playing activities can enhance students' confidence skills in speaking English. The study will involve 10 students from grade 6B at Akirigalla Mahavidyalaya. This is the research problem. Many students struggle with speaking English due to anxiety, fear of making mistakes, and lack of practice. Traditional teaching methods often focus on grammar and writing, leaving students with little opportunity to develop speaking skills. This study investigates how incorporating role-playing activities can help overcome these barriers and build students' skills. This is the literature review. Role-playing and speaking skills. Studies have shown that role-playing enhances students' oral communication skill by creating engaging, low-pressure environments for speaking practice. Livingstone, 1983. Next one, speaking anxiety and confidence. Research indicates that fear of negative evaluation and lack of practice contribute to speaking anxiety. June 1991. Role-playing reduces anxiety by simulating real-world situations in a controlled setting. Active learning strategies, interactive activities,
such as role-playing and drama-based techniques have been found to increase learner motivation and participation, leading to better speaking performance. This is the significance of the study. This research will benefit the students by helping them develop confidence and fluency in speaking English, and teachers by providing an effective strategy to encourage active speaking practice, schools by promoting interactive and communicating learning methods in English classes. These are the objectives of my research: to assess the impact of role-playing activities on students' speaking skills, to determine students' attitudes toward role-playing as a learning tool, to identify challenges students encounter in role-playing exercises and find ways to overcome them.
Or you can add another limitation to enable the students to improve speaking skills through role play activities.
Sorry, madam?
You can add another objective to
Yes.
enable the students to improve speaking skills through role play activities.
Okay, madam. These are the data collection methods, pre-test and post-test, to measure students' confidence level before and after the intervention, observations, to record students' participation, engagement, and confidence level during role-playing sessions, surveys and questionnaires, to gather students' feedback on role-playing activities, and interviews to explore students' experience and perceptions in more depth. These are the expected outcomes.
So
Students will
don't
show.
write role play activities. Role play don't activities, role play. Right?
Okay, madam. Students will show increased confidence and willingness to speak English. Role play will create a more engaging and interactive learning environment. Teachers will gain insights into effective strategies for enhancing speaking confidence.
Again, go back. Teachers will gain insight into effective strategies for enhancing speaking skills of grade 6 students.
Okay,
Enhancing speaking skills of grade 6 students. Okay, right.
These are the activities for accent research. First week, pre-assessment and introduction. Second week, basic role play activities. Week 3, pair and group role plays. Week 4, real life sceneries. Week 5, creative role play and improvisation. Week 6, post assessment and reflection. These are the ethical considerations: informed consent, anonymity and confidentiality, right to withdraw, avoiding harm and discomfort, research integrity and objectivity. These are the academic contexts. Relevance to language learning. Speaking confidence is a key factor in language acquisition, and many students struggle due to anxiety, lack of practice, or fear of making mistakes. Role play activities provide an engaging and interactive way to improve students' confidence in a low stress environment. Theoretical foundation: Vygotsky sociocultural theory and creation's effective filter hypothesis. And implications for education. If successful, this study can provide practical strategies for teachers to incorporate role play activities into their teaching to enhance students' participation and confidence in speaking. This is my time frame. These are the activities of time frame: identification of the problem, literature review, finding research objectives, preparing the research proposal, presenting the proposal and getting approval, implementation of the research, writing the research report, and review the submission.
Okay.
These are the references.
Okay, right. Then how many, what's the sample size?
10 students, madam.
When do you find time to do these activities?
Madam, I'll do this research in my relief periods.
Hmm. So, okay, right.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Next one. Puta, but wait. Varuni. Who did the first? I couldn't write your name.
Uh,
Tell me the name.
it's Nadika Saman Kumari, madam.
Wait. Nadika Saman Kumari. Your number. FNR
211
211.
211.
Then through ticket.
FNR 211.
Ah, right. Okay. Right.
Okay, thank you, madam.
Varuni, wait for a moment. FNR 211210. Right. Okay. Investigating the effects of investigating the impact effects of impact බලපෑම effects effects කියලා කියන්නේ බලපෑම effects investigate the effects investigate the effects of using smart boards in the development of second language proficiency in reading skills. Effects of, right? Varuni, are you there? Hello, Varuni. Can you hear me? Hello, you can continue. Okay, can anybody or this doing it? Okay. So you can change the topic. Varuni, can you hear me? Varuni, can you hear me?
Ma'am, now can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see your presentation.
Hello?
I can hear you, but
Okay.
see your presentation. Varuni, if you take time, we can give the chance to somebody else.
Yeah, okay, ma'am. That's okay.
Okay, right.
Now, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
So you
Thanks.
have to change it like investigate the effects of using smartboard. Eh? Effects of.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Okay, I have selected this topic because there was this moment in my class. Shall I share it, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Actually, we were using the smartboard to analyze a short story, and one of my students who had been very quiet suddenly raised her hand and offered this incredibly insightful interpretation of the text. Actually, we were doing Alice in the Wonderland. It was like the smartboard had unlocked something in her. I had seen her like that. That's what inspired the research. And this is my topic. Um, there is a problem with my computer, laptop, ma'am. Can I do next?
Okay. Who would like to do now?
Madam, may I
Nipuni.
do it?
Okay, right. Okay. Who has sent me? Somebody has sent me a presentation. I can share that one. Hmm. Gayani.
Yes, madam.
I will share yours.
Madam, can you see the
Give me 1
slides?
minute. Give me 1 minute. Download කරලා. Yes, I can see improving the ability in singing of graded students. Singing means English songs.
Yes, madam.
Then you have to include that. Then at once I feel that whether it is Sinhala songs, Tamil songs, improving the
Okay.
ability in singing English songs by English things of common ability in singing English songs of grade 8 students. Sorry.
Okay, madam. Good evening, madam and my dear friends. Today I'm here to present my research proposal.
Wait.
So first of all, I would like to introduce.
Wait. Nipuni Deegal. FNR. Right, continue.
I am teaching Western music at a government school, so I can encounter
The
so
school
many.
you are working?
Anand Central College.
Yeah.
LPTA.
Ah?
LPTA, madam. Anand Central College.
Okay.
So I can encounter so many
Are
problems.
you a College of Education teacher?
Yes, madam. Mahavali.
Okay.
While teaching music in secondary grades, out of them, for my research proposal,
I chose the topic improving the ability in singing of grade 8 students.
Singing English songs by
Songs in grade 8 students. Now you can see the table of content. There are 14 topics. According to my research, the background of the study is when I checked my students' term test practical, I found some problems with their singing skills. Some students are inability to pitching the high notes and low notes correctly. Many grade 8 students struggle while they balance their voices. The identification of the problem is I selected the problem of unable to pitch the correct note as my research problem because I felt that it was a major problem in my classes. But I observed that there are more students who are unable to sing pitch notes correctly in grade 8 class. I have 12 students in grade 8 class. From that, I chose 4 students who are unable to pitch the notes properly. In this in this slide, you can see the significance of the study. As a Western music teacher, I have to focus on practical skills of a student. Students should have the clear knowledge on the basic rudiments of music and be able to sing with the correct pitch properly. Some students are unable to sing high pitch and some are unable to sing low pitch. In such an instance, students face problems and it is affect for their future music academic activities. They have to overcome this problem in this grade, otherwise it may be an obstacle for them to achieve the expected goal in their future practical properly. Limitation of the study. The intervention is limited for 3 months. Intervention is limited only to the Western music periods and relief periods during the school time. After school classes can be only held for short period of time and with the recommendation of the relevant authorities. Cannot associate with the students during their weekend or the vacations. Cannot reveal their identity. Target group is grade 8 for students. These are the 3 main objectives in my research. The first one, to identify students' abilities and talents on singing skills. To give opportunities to present their talents in front of others. Next one is to improve their singing skills. The research questions. Why is it important to identify students' ability and talents on singing? What are the benefits students gain by learning to sing a song? Why is it important to improve their practical skills on singing? In this slide, you can see the tool that I have used to identify the research problem. The first one is the observation. Observing low marks for musical practical paper. Inability to sing with the correct pitch. Inability to identify low and high notes of music notation. The next tool that I have used, the interview from teachers. First teacher said students are not attentive in singing. Second teacher said students are not memorizing the basic theory of music. The third teacher said the students are not coming to school daily. So these are the academic context literature review that I have gone through. I will explain 2 articles out of them. The article is The Influences of Familiarity and Keep on Pitch Accuracy in Singing. The author is Rachel M. Thompson and James M. Mantel. The key findings are original key and the transposed key. The source is journal article. The next article is Struggling to Sing on Pitch. The author is Maggie Jelling and key findings are enjoying singing your favorite songs without needing natural talent. The source is the journal article. The next slide, you can see the research process. Research methodology is action research method. Sample size that I have chosen for students in grade 8 class, the sample technique, non-random sampling, data collection method that I have used, observation, interviews, study of literature and documents. So in this slide, you can see the intervention and activity plan. Before the intervention, I will do the pre-test to them. The activity is sing a short notation, and the steps are give a short notation to sing to measure the accuracy of notes and tempo, record students' results. The resources are piano, lyrics of a song, and the videography. The next, I have to identify and controlling breathing. The activity is the students deeply breathing in and breathe out. The steps are educate students how to hold, breathe, and sing posture. The next step, show students how to control their breathe in and breathe out for the long notes. The resources, the piano. The next, I have to identify vocal exercises to pitch notes correctly. The activity is give simple vocal exercises. The steps are educate how to sing the notes on correct pitch, give simple familiar songs to sing for ear training, give them to practice themselves to identify themselves their correct pitch. The resources are piano, simple melody book. The next intervention plan is identify vowel letters and pronounce it correctly. The activity is they pronounce vowel letters and sing it. Use the ma, me, mi, mo, mo, like that. The steps are provide them a vowel letter sheet. Students sing correctly according to the correct pitch while teacher plays the piano. Teacher gives them a vowel letter and themselves build up a pattern and sing it. The resources are piano and the vowel letter sheet. The next intervention is identify triad notes. The activity is singing notes according to the triad notes. The steps are help them to sing first, third, and the fifth note while teacher play the piano. The second step, the teacher explain first, third, and the fifth note are the triad of a scale. Then teacher name a scale and student build a triad and sing it correctly. The resources is the piano. Then the intervention is the next one, identify the higher pitch notes correctly. The activity is provide them a task sheet. The steps are provide them a notation sheet with lyrics to sing while playing. The resources are piano and the notation sheets. The next intervention is identify students' voice range. The activity is provide them a song according to their voice range. Steps are the teacher provide them a different song to sing according to their level of pitch. Students practice with their teacher. Students sing the song individually according to the correct pitch. The resource are piano. The next intervention is identify the pitch of the notes and sing it correctly. The activity is provide them a song. The steps are teacher play the piano. If the student's pitch is different, teacher change the key according to their pitch. The resource is piano. The post-test, the activity, sing a short notation. Steps are teacher gives a short notation to sing with the correct notes with correct tempo within given time. Compare with the pre-test. The resources are piano and the videography. Now you can see my action research time frame. So the first one is identification the problem. I have to choose the first week of January and the literature review and the writing the research objectives and research question on second and third week of January. Preparing the research proposal and getting approval on the first week of February. Implementation of the research on second week of February to third week of March. Writing the research report on third week of March and finally submission the research report on last week of March. These are the ethical considerations that I followed. Do not harm the individual or the group. Respect privacy. Do not misrepresent data. Being open to criticism and new ideas. Getting permission from the relevant authorities. Ensuring the dignity and the social state of participants. Maintaining the transparency throughout the process. These are the references I followed. So this is the end of the presentation. Thank you, ma'am.
Right. What's the number of students that you have taken?
4 students, madam.
Okay. That means you can't increase the number. That's the only number you can take.
Yes, madam.
Okay. So how do you find time now?
During the Western music period and the relief period, madam.
Okay. Right. Okay, Mita. Right.
Okay.
Just show me your objectives again. Intervention is good, but it's better if you can do it for more students rather than 3. To identify students' abilities and talents on singing singing skill to give opportunities to present their talents in front of others. Skills. නැත්නම් to make a pronunciation එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන් to improve their pronunciation of words properly.
Okay.
ඒ වගේ pronunciation of words properly. Okay, right.
Okay.
Right, okay.
Thank you, madam.
Shall I? Nipun is doing now? Nipun, are you doing? Shall I share this girl, Guyanese one?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Okay, Gayani.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Good evening, madam and my dear friends. Today, I will be presenting my accent research proposal titled Construction of Simple Sentences Using
Okay,
Simple
here
Present Tense.
construction of simple sentences accurately using simple present tense by what's the class?
Grade 7.
Grade 7 students. Construction of simple sentences accurately by using simple present tense by grade 7 students. Okay, continue.
This slide provides an overview of the topic I will cover in my presentation, including the introduction, close context, evidences, objective for the intervention, research questions, academic context.
Oh, no, you
research-
reading. You can say this is the areas. These are the areas I cover in my research, right? Okay.
research. Introduction. I teach at Jaffna Muthuthambi Mahavidyalaya, and through my teaching experience, I have observed various difficulties among grade 7 students. They struggle with writing simple sentences, identifying capital and small letters, distinguishing singular and plural nouns, and understanding basic tenses. Due to their poor grammar skill, they also face challenges in reading and pronunciation. This research aims to address these difficulties by focusing on simple present tense present tense construction to improve their basic writing and speaking abilities. Shall I move next slide, madam? Through classroom observation, I noticed that students show a lack of attention during grammar lesson and struggle with sentence construction. Interviews with students confirm that they find it difficult to identify subject, verb, and object. Additionally, document analysis of pre-test exercise book and unit exams provided further evidence of their struggles with grammar. These findings form the foundation of my research intervention. To support my research, I gathered evidence through observation, interviews, and document analysis. Observation showed students struggles with writing sentences. Interviews highlighted their confusion about grammatical structures, and document analysis revealed their consistent errors in tense usage. These evidences confirm the need for targeted interventions to improve their grammar skill. Next slide, madam. This is my objective. The objective of the interventions are categorized into 3 areas.
Here you can't use these number of objectives. You can have maximum 4. Right?
Okay.
Select 4 from these 3 areas, the most important. So that means you select the objectives means you have to prepare activities to achieve the objectives. You can't achieve all these. So there are how many? 4, 5, 9. You can't do all these things. So then you select best 4 objectives and send me to my WhatsApp group, right? Okay.
The objective of these interventions are categorized in the 3 areas.
We'll see now. We can say to identify the strategies that can be implemented to improve the knowledge of using simple. You can select that one, right? 1. The basic structure of simple sentence to construct simple sentence, to use the spelling rules when constructing sentences. Encourage them to read more. Methods to improve their English knowledge. To identify the basic structure of simple sentences. This one, and the last one, to encourage them to read more simple English books, which are effective method. To encourage them to read more simple English books to improve their English knowledge. Then writing, don't take writing. You are taking only reading, no? So writing, reading both you can't do. You can do only one.
Okay.
Right. So then you can improve reading skills, not writing. Which one you prefer most, writing or reading?
Writing.
Then writing. Reading, review that, then you can take the writing one. Develop the basic writing skills of the students. Right? Okay. Then this third part you can remove that. Encouraging English reading, you can remove that, right? And select good 4 objectives out of these.
Okay.
Okay. These are also same questions, right? Good. This explain the academic context.
This research aligns with linguistic and educational theories on second language acquisition and grammar instruction. Understanding the challenges of learning tense structures and the factors influencing English learning will help in designing effective intervention. The study aims to bridge gaps between theoretical knowledge and practical teaching strategies.
That's all.
Okay, ma'am.
Have you explained this? Literature review?
Yes, madam. Research shows that learning tends an aspect in challenging for second language learners. Various pedagogical approaches exist, including grammar translation, communicative language teaching, and task-based learning. Each method has advantages and limitations. For example, while CLT promotes fluency, a structured focus on form is also necessary for grammar accuracy. Additionally, student first language interference plays a significant role in their difficulties with English grammar.
Intervention plan.
Oh, this is my intervention plan. The intervention plan includes activities that focus on student engagement and practical application. Strategies include interactive grammar exercises, sentence building activities, and reading comprehension tasks. Mm, Interactive activities like role play, storytelling, and sentence building games, group and fair work to encourage students' participation, visual aids, worksheets, and multimedia resources to reinforce learning, regular assessment and feedback to track progress and adjust teaching methods. The goal is to create an engaging, supportive learning environment where students actively participate in grammar learning. Next, partners research ethics.
Okay, continue.
Ethical consideration are crucial in my research. I will ensure privacy, confidentiality, and transparency in data collection. Permission will be obtained from parents, guardians, and the school principal before involving students. Additionally, participants' identity and social security will be protected. Next, madam.
Research percentage. Okay.
Limitation of the research. There are some limitation to my research. First, although there are 12 tenses in English, this study focus only on the simple present tense. Second, out of 32 students in grade 7, I have selected only 7 for the study. Time constraint and external factors such as students' home environment and motivation may also impact the result. Next, madam.
Okay, Buddha.
The research follows a qualitative and quantitative methodology involving observation, interviews, document analysis, and pre-test or post-test. Data will be collected before and after intervention to measure improvement in student grammar skill. Time frame. Next slide. This slide outlines the timeline for implementing the intervention, collecting data and analyzing results. The process will be conducted over several weeks to ensure comprehensive evaluation of student progress. Identification of the problem, January 1st and 2nd week. The study of the close context of the problem, January 2nd to 4th week. Identification of the specific problem with the help of the academic context, January 4th week and February 1st week. Preparation of the activity plan, January 4th week and February 1st week and February 2nd week. Preparation the research proposal and presenting, February 1st week and 2nd week. Implementation of intervention, from February 1st week to April 1st week. Writing the research report, March 3rd week, from March 3rd week to April 2nd week. Review and submission, end of the April. Next slide, madam. This slide includes some supplementary material such as sample worksheet, assessment tool, and lesson plan used in the research intervention.
Okay. Tell me what is your sample size?
7 students.
Right. So when do you find time to do the research?
During the English period and relief period.
Okay. Tell me your name and registration number.
Mrs. Gayani Sivanathan.
Gayani?
Sivanathan.
Hmm.
My registration number is FNR 211 232.
Okay. Hi. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Okay. Who will do next? There anybody who would like to do next?
Madam, may I
Madam,
continue now?
Okay. Now there's one Puta that there's a girl who is in the hospital now that she says that she can do.
Yes, ma'am.
You are doing now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Give me 1 minute, Puta. So you share till then. Okay, Puta. You can start.
Okay, ma'am. Shall I start, ma'am?
Okay, Puta.
Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Yes, but I can see.
Okay, ma'am. Good evening, dear ma'am, and everyone present. Today I'm here to present my action research proposal on a topic that is critical for student success in English grammar. The topic is enhancing grade 8 students' understanding of passive voice in simple present and simple past tense. I'm Dinusha Jeevanti. I'm a student of B.Ed TESOL degree program. My student number 211119. Uh, first of all, I would like to share my content to follow my action research proposal. And next, I would like to express about background of the study. In my survey, it was noted that the students of grade 8 are weak in passive constructions. They struggle with passive voice in different content. They are in composition, in formal speeches, and in conversation. In composition, they struggle to use passive voice effectively in writing tasks. And in formal speeches situation, they fail to apply passive voice correctly. As well as in conversation, they avoid or misuse passive voice in everyday conversations. Passive voice is very important in expressing ideas and reporting news. Yet the passive voice constructions are difficult for the non-native student. The student do not have the proper knowledge of the uses of passive voice due to the less effective teaching strategies. Now let's take a look at the problems identified in the study. These following problems are identified by me: failure to construct passive voice sentences correctly. Through this, students often make mistake when forming passive voice sentences, leading to grammar errors and inability to express ideas in passive voice. Through this, students struggle to communicate clearly using passive voice and inability to use passive voice appropriately in composition. In writing, students either misuse or avoid passive voice, limiting their expression. Difficulty of identifying the proper structures. Students have trouble recognizing the correct passive voice structures many times, as well as lack of effective teaching strategies and techniques are the another problems are identified by me. These issues show the need for better teaching strategies. So now I would like to share significance of the study. The study is oriented towards the effectiveness of teaching passive voice constructions. Through this, for students, the study helps students improve their writing clarity, speed, and confidence. And for teachers, it offers teachers structured strategies for effectively teaching passive voice. And for parents, can use this research to better support their children's writing development at their home, as well as for the education system contributes to overall literacy improvements and encourages effective teaching practices in the system. Now let's look at the main objectives this study. To identify the reasons why grade 8 students find passive voice difficult, especially in the simple present and simple past tenses. To analyze common errors made by students in constructing passive voice sentences and to design effective teaching strategies that focus on the passive voice in these tenses. And last, to evaluate the impact of these teaching strategies on students' understanding and application of passive voice. These objectives aim to understand the difficulties grade 8 students face with passive voice and to develop strategies to help them improve. This is the research questions,
Yeah,
same as the research
your
objectives.
objectives are
Okay.
go to the topic title.
Wait a minute.
Topics are this enhancing grade students understanding question. Okay, right.
Then let's take a closer look at the context of this study. The research problem was identified through the following observations. Term test marks for passive constructions. Through this, students scored poorly on passive voice related questions in their term test, as well as grammatically incorrect construction. The students frequently made grammar mistake when constructing passive voice sentences and frequently made errors. Here, certain errors such as incorrect verb forms were incorrect verb forms were repeatedly seen in student work. Lack of relevant vocabulary. Students had difficulty finding the appropriate vocabulary to use in passive construction and lack of the knowledge of participles. A lack of understanding of participle contributed to errors in passive voice construction and difficulty found in syntax. Here, students struggled with the correct word order and structure when using passive voice. And next, let's look at the academic context for this study, which is based on research by Stannard Allen and Dulip Singh. Their work sheds lights on the challenges students face with passive voice and the importance of effective teaching strategies. You can see academic contents as a chart. And next, I would like to share over the research methodology used in this study. Sorry. The study uses action research to actively improve teaching strategies for passive voice. And sample size, I selected 8 students of grade 8 to focus specific challenges, and sampling techniques. Purposive sampling was used to selected students with difficulties in passive voice, as well as data collection method. I following observations, pre and post assessment, initial assessments, and instructional strategies. And now I'm going to discuss uh, intervention activity plan. You can see properly as chart, intervention points, activities, steps, and sources. Here I mention identify weaknesses in passive voice and reinforcing passive voice basics, correcting common errors in sentence structure, and evaluate effectiveness and adjust. Um, Here activities I use initial assessment of passive voice skills, sorry, explanation of passive voice, and third one related to sentence transformation exercise, and fourth one ongoing feedback and self-reflection. Through the first identify weakness in passive voice stepped, there are two steps. Administers a quiz or worksheet to assess understanding. I'm using worksheet or student's notebook. And second one, analyze common errors to identify weak areas. Through this, I can identify what are the weak areas of these students. Sources are classroom like this, and reinforcing passive voicing, introduce passive voice structure with example. And next step, use flowcharts and diagram to visualize changes. And third point, I use this step as 2 points. Provide active voice sentence for transformation, and discuss and correct common sentence errors. And finally, evaluating effectiveness and adjust. There are 2 steps. Provide personalized feedback on performance and allow students to reflect on. Now, this is my time frame to do my action research presentation, and you can see my timeline here according to identification of the problem, literary review, writing the research objectives and questions, presenting the research proposal, presenting the proposal and getting approval, implementations of the research, writing the research report and review and submissions. And next I would like to share ethical considerations. Ethical consideration, here informed consent, obtain permission from students and parents before starting the study. I did it. And confidentiality, keep students' personal data and assessment results privately. Always I try to do my best for their personal data and assessment results privately. Voluntary participation, here students to, when I am choosing the students, I don't like to pressure to them for that. And non-harmful approaches, always I try to use positive reinforcement to boost confidence and avoid stress. And peer assessment, here unbased evaluates of students progress in passive voice. And transparency and ongoing feedback are the another ethical considerations. And now let's discuss the limitation of research limitation. While the research aims to provide valuable insight, there are certain content time constraints. Here, limited research period may not capture long-time progress in passive voice skills, and external factors here, motivation, home environment, and parental support may affect a students' progress. Resources limitations, limited access to materials and digital tools could impact teaching effectiveness. And fourth one, uh, variability and students' engagement. Here, inconsistent participations may affect students' overall progress in passive voice. Here, the research limitation of my action research presentation, and now I would like to share my expected outcomes of this research. Uh, improve through this research, improved passive voice constructions. Here, a student will demonstrate a better graphs of passive voice structures as well, increase their confidence. Student will feel more confident using passive voice in writing and speaking. And next one, enhanced focus shifting. Student will improve their ability to change the focus of sentences effectively, as well as better fluency in communication. Students will communicate more fluently using passive voice correctly. And lastly, improved accuracy in writing. A student will write more accurately, incorporating passive voice correctly. These are expected outcomes of my research. And these are annexes. I did my pre-test to before for me for sorry, I did my pre-test for start my action research proposal. These are annexes, you can see this one. And now I wind up my presentation. Thank you, ma'am.
When do you find time to do the research? What's the sample size?
8 student, ma'am.
Okay, right. So how do you find time to do the research?
Now I'm teaching at a school. I have some relief periods, and I can continue my research at that time, ma'am.
Okay, right.
And principal ma'am said that you can get after school time, or she said she can give permission for that.
Okay, right. Good. So you are Jeevanti, ne? GWD
Yes,
Jeevanti.
Dinusha Jivanti. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Pata. Right. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Is there anybody who would like to do the research?
May I leave, ma'am, now?
Okay, you can leave.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Can I do, ma'am?
Okay.
Can you
Yeah. Put slideshow mode.
tell
Okay. It's English speaking ability of grade.
My accent research is
Okay. See, now
improving students.
you don't need students that you have already written grade 2 students. No? Improving English speaking ability of grade 2 students. So no need of putting students again, right?
Okay, ma'am. My accent research is improving English grade 2 students.
Wait,
Manager
I will write
in
your name. WMSI Varnasurya. FNR 210720. Right, okay.
in my 22 students. This is research in level. This research shows that many grade 2 students struggle and currently stage students are learning sentences, express themselves, and engage in. However, factors like limited vocabulary, shyness, and not enough practice often hinder their ability to speak effectively English. This research aims to explore ways to overcome these challenges and boost students' speaking skills through interviews and engaging classroom activities.
I can't hear you clearly.
My research objective main challenges grade 2 students face in speaking English to develop and implement strategies that encourage speaking practice and boost student confidence, to evaluate the effectiveness of interactive activities like games, role plays, storytelling, accept progress students speaking fluently over the course of the intervention. Suggestions. Review. Research indicates that young learners, particularly in early grades, benefit from an interactive and communicative approach to language learning, according to research by Vygotsky. Language development is closely linked to social interaction, collaborative activities, and role plays. Context for students that is internet meaningful. Additionally, despite you emphasize the importance of providing students with ample opportunities to speak in supportive. Supportive environment to build confidence and study. Although highlighted that students in grade 2 are at stage where the benefits generally from visual and kinesthetic learning methods. Piaget 952, using engaging activities like games and songs can help over the affective filter, enabling students to feel more comfortable speaking English. Academic context. The role of interaction in second language acquiesced by Long. Key findings are interactionistic theories suggest that meaningful communication through interaction helps language learners to improve speaking skills. Wrongs that emphasize the importance of meaning and creativity. So, these are native speakers, non-native speaker conversation negotiation of comprehension input. Applying. Second one, task language teaching. By Willis in 1996, task-based language teaching encourages learners to use language in real-world context, promoting practical skills. Tasks such as debates, solving activities lead to better fluency and confidence. Sources are Willis J. 1996, A Framework for Task-Based Learning, Longman. Third one, The Effects of Feedback on Second Language Learners' Oral Performance by Lester and Saito. Key findings are providing corrective activities can significantly enhance accuracy and fluency of learners. Mr. R. 2010, oral corrective feedback in language tasks. Class context. Tools used to confirm the identified problems. In activities like games, behaviors, and observing students' vocal style, listening, and attention to how confident and fluent they are. Teachers and methodology. Research design. This is a qualitative study where research will observe students' progress and responses to various speaking activities. Research samples to observations, interviews, previous studies, post intention plan. I'm speaking about small steps. Show some short moves, cartoons. Tips for students. Show some things to tell about 5 sentences and discuss with the students. I will use whiteboard, top, back, and top. Second, I give some topics to speak and give small topics to speak like myself, my village, my school. Give things and tell about it. Storytelling and after feel the story. I will use flowers, pictures, summers, water bottles. Then third one, create the passion for spoken industry. I'm using activities like give some speaking speeches for students to do in front of others, and I use speak small speeches in the media unit. Give to D Drama and Dialogue in English Association. I will use microphones. This is my timeline. Identification of the problem in 4th and 5th week of January. Literature review in 5th January. Write in the research objectives and quiz. Then first week and second week of February, presenting the proposal and getting approval, 5th week of January, and first week and second week of February, implementation of research, third week, fourth week, and first week and second week of March, writing the research report, second week, third week, and fourth week of March, review and submission, fourth week of March and first week and second week of April. Expected outcomes. Students will show a marked improvement in their speaking abilities, including increased fluency and vocabulary. Students will demonstrate higher levels of confidence when speaking in front of peers. Interactive activities such as games and role playing will be effective in encouraging students to use English in a natural and enjoyable way. Teachers will gain insights into the most effective strategies for improving speaking skills. This action set aims to foster a more supportive, engaging learning environment for grade 2 students to enhance their speaking abilities in English. Through this implementation of interactive and communicative activities, the research will seek the barriers that hinder students' speaking skills and build their confidence in using English. Ethical considerations. Ensuring to obtain permission to go ahead with the research from the relevant school authorities. Ensuring to obtain the consent from the individuals who are particularly being interviewed. Ensuring the confidentiality of the identities and information for research. The research method can be time consuming. Lack of previous research studies. Due to a lack of experience in primary data collection, the nature of data collection can be flawed. Since the research will be qualitative aspect related to student number of research sample is small, so the findings may not be general. These are the
Okay, just show me your objectives and the title first. Title and the objectives.
Madam, this is the title.
Okay, right. Objectives. Okay, to develop and influence strategies. Okay, right. Okay. Varnasurya, ne? Your Varnasurya.
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Thank you.
Only one can do next, right? Only one. K-A-D-A-Y Lakshmi. K-A-D-A-Y Lakshmi. FNR 210743. Okay, right.
Madam, can you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
Yes, my research topic is the effect of phonics-based instruction on struggling readers. My name is K-A-D-A-Y Lakshmi, and my number is FNR 210743. Here's the introduction.
Reading difficulties affect young learners' academic success. Phonics-based instruction focuses on letter-sound relationships to improve reading skills. This study examines its impact on struggling readers. Statement of the problem. This research seeks to answer how does phonics instruction affect word recognition? What impact does it have on reading fluency? Does it improve reading comprehension? And the objectives of the study: assess the effectiveness of phonics-based instruction, identify reading challenges phonics can address, evaluate changes in reading fluency and comprehension.
Okay, okay. Again, show me the topic. The effect of phonics-based instruction on struggling readers. Okay, right. Objectives again. To assess the effectiveness of
Yes.
phonics-based instruction for reading. Assess the effectiveness of phonics-based instruction in improving reading or whatever. To identify reading challenge. To identify the challenges in reading phonics. Reading challenges in reading using phonics. Where then identify reading challenges phonics can address. What do you mean by the second one? What do you want to say?
After they learned phonics, they can read well, madam.
Second one, identify reading challenges. The challenges address how to identify to identify the challenges the students face in reading. That is one. To identify the challenges faced by students in reading. Then next one, to address the challenges through phonics. To address the challenges students face in reading through phonics. ඒ challenges වලට address කරන්නේ කොහොමද phonics වලින් කියන එක ඊළඟ objective එක. පළවෙනි එක තමයි challenges identify කරගන්න එක reading වල. ඊළඟට identify කරපු challenges වලට phonics වලින් address කරන එක. Right? Evaluate the changes in reading fluency. Evaluate the improvement in reading fluency and comprehension. Okay, right. Improvement or development. Okay, right. Go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. And here the significance of the study. This research benefits struggling readers, enhances reading skills, and the teachers provides insights into phonics instruction, and also parents help support children's literacy at home. And the close contact. The research problem was identified through following tools. Through the observing poor reading skills while students are reading a text, and the interviews from students. Student 1, I am unable to read the English book, and the student 2, I cannot identify the English letters and read words. And here the research review. Research supports phonics for struggling readers, studying fluency and comprehension. National Reading Panel emphasizes phonics as a core reading strategy. Synthetic phonics versus analytic phonics, which is more effective. And here's the methodology. Research design, action research, qualitative and quantitative. Participants grade 6 to 8 struggling readers. Sample size 20 to 30 students. Sampling technique, purposive sampling. Intervention 6 to 8 weeks of daily phonics-based instruction. Data collection, pre-test and post-test, observations, interviews. Data analysis, comparing test scores and analyzing qualitative feedback. And here the time frame. Week 1, identify struggling readers and conducting pre-tests. Week 2 to 3, implementing phonics-based instruction, phase 1. Weeks 4 to 5, implementing phonics-based instruction, phase 2. And week 6, post-tests and student interviews. Week 7, data analysis and interpretation. Week 8, conclusion and reporting findings. And here's the intervention activity plan. Week 1, assessment and baseline data collection. Objective, identify struggling leaders and assess their initial reading levels. Activities, pre-test, administer a phonics-based reading assessment, letter recognition, decoding, word reading, fluency, and observation and interviews, gather insights from teachers and parents on students' reading difficulties, grouping students based on assessment results, categorize students by their specific phonics needs. And week 2 to 3, phonemic awareness and letter sound correspondence. Objective, strengthen students' ability to recognize and manipulate sounds in words. Activities, sound matching, rhyming words, letter sound recognition, blending sounds, and segmenting words. Week 4 to 5, decoding and word recognition. Objective, improving the ability to decode unfamiliar words using phonics rules. Activities, CVC word reading, practice consonant vowel consonant words, and sight words practice. Introduce high frequency words that don't follow phonics rules. Example, the, said, you. And weeks 6 to 7, fluency and reading comprehension. Objective, develop fluency and improve comprehension skills. Activities, repeated reading, choral reading, partner reading, reading with expression, and story retelling. And PK, post-assessment and reflection. Objective, evaluate the effectiveness of phonics-based instruction and gather feedback. Activities, post-test, re-administer the reading assessment and compare results with pre-test scores. Student reflection, ask students how they feel about their reading progress. Teacher and parent feedback, gather input on changes observed in students' reading skills. Data analysis, compare pre-test and post-test results to measure improvement. Final report, summarize findings and suggest recommendations for continued support. And here the ethical consideration, obtain the permission from the school authority, obtain consent from students and the guardians, ensure confidentiality, provide support for students who may struggle with new strategies. And research limitations, lack of previous studies, limited sample size may be affected, time constraint may limit the depth of intervention. And here the references. Thank you, madam.
Right. Again, show me the objectives.
Okay, madam.
I told you, ne, to change them.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
right, Buddha. So how many more students are there to do the presentations? How many are there? Shakila, how are you doing? Banu, Mayumi. So you can request a date from the university again, because, and also I have to do one more date to give you the structure of the thesis. I want to give you the structure of the thesis and how to write it. So, and you can get the chance to do the presentation by discussing with the university, right?
Okay, madam.
Okay, madam.
Right. Right. Thank you for joining. We'll meet next day, right? Okay. Now you start doing your research. I will tell you how to do the how to write the thesis. I'll take one day, join you all and teach you how to do that, right? So till then you can keep on doing your research. Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Good night, everybody.
Good night, madam.
Good night, madam.
Good night. Good night.